Hey folks, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So there's been an interesting development over the course of the night and last night with Jared from TFL simply stating that they're going to more or less, putting it in the most simplest terms, is they're going to just hand over the keys to Terra Station as it stands, and it's going to be handed to Terra Rebels and TerraCvita because they've asked for it. And Jared is stating, I'll send it to Ed as well. He seems to have a better grasp on who is important in the community than I do. So this in itself is good, but also bad that, you know, someone doesn't actually understand certain aspects of things that have elapsed during the time. But it's not my job to point those things out and kind of put people in a bad light. Kind of like the Dalai Lama says, if you don't have anything positive to provide or assistance, then just don't say anything at all. Don't cause harm, right? The situation with the Rebel Station itself is it's a lot of work. It's $150,000 worth of LUNC, which could go up and it could go down depending on what happens with price during that time. But it's also a lot to pay out for something that we currently have and is already there, and realistically we just need the keys for it. So I think this is a really good sign and a show of strength in the community outside of Terra Rebels that, you know, things can get done and we can do this as a community as always. So creating Rebel Station requires many things, and that's why it's going to be so expensive to do it. But if we can get the keys to the car, then why go buy another car or sit there spending the time to manufacture another car, so to speak? You would just reverse engineering things as complex as it is. Yes, we do need that autonomy, but if we can get that autonomy by simply asking for it and getting the keys like is being presented here, and someone from TFL was simply saying we're going to do it, then this is really good and it's going to save us as a community a lot more money in the future. So I think currently, yes, the Terra Station is, you know, if it's still like this in the morning, which I don't think it will be, because we keep going through these small kind of update phases and it's nothing really to worry about ever, unless people from TFL or Terra Rebels or any other kind of person that you trust is speaking about it, and normally they will advise people on it, I hope, that something's wrong and you need to kind of panic. Other than that, don't panic and try and sit on your hands where you can, because when Terra Station goes down, it kind of affects a load of things across the board, like NFT markets and things like that. So this situation around the funding of Terra Rebels, what we need to, I think, do is more focus on funding the community pool to always pay people from there, instead of relying on one sole source all the time for everything, because it should be a free state, a free community, however you want to represent it. Anybody should be free to do what they want and present whatever work they want. But I can see there's a lot of people that are just not happy with paying out $150,000 for something that they already have. And when we can get the keys, it totally changes everything that's happened beforehand and what's going on now. So I think this whole Rebel Station thing needs a re-looking at, especially if TFL are willing to do what they're saying they're going to do. This is really important for us to move forward as one, as a whole, as a unit, because we're all striving towards the same thing, which is to make Lunk great again. And the infighting and stuff's got to stop on Twitter. Like, I've pulled back from Twitter so much because it normally just ends up with like you're bickering with someone back and forth in public, and it's just not a professional way to look and things like that. So I found Twitter's become a very highly toxic place, and you know, there's people out there that just simply target people over and over and over and over again. And yeah, so I think it's really important that people pay attention to exactly what has been said and what is going on currently, because this does affect us all, and this Terra Station, Rebel Station, it's a split we just don't need right now as a community. Timing's always going to be everything, and I just think this has been the worst timing possible, especially with all of the funding, the scenerage that's being sent to different play. You know, it's confusing a lot of people as to where's the funding going, what funding's gone where, how much has been donated to who, what did you get from this, and all of these different things. Because when it does come down to it, right, ultimately, we want our whatever we pay for, we need the time to be utilized correctly and as efficiently as possible to minimize costs. And TerraCvita have stated that more or less they'll do it for free until we hit, I think it was a 40 billion market cap. Let me double check that. I don't want to get that fact wrong. I'm sure it's a 40 billion market cap they've stated. Yeah. So TerraCvita will provide the infrastructure up until a point we reach 40 billion. Okay. There's always a catch, you know. I totally get it, but you know, once we reach 40 billion, what as a market cap, what is going to have changed by then? In a sense, but this is really good, and it gets us to a 40 billion market cap, which is a ways away, so to speak. That could, and so a lot of people might be sitting here thinking, you know, oh my god, why is it all moving upwards? It's just Bitcoin's taking us up for a ride. No one can explain really what's going on, but Bitcoin's making healthy moves, as to which is obviously getting people excited across the market. It's creating trading events. So 40 billion market cap, you know, that gives us a lot of breathing space, which is good. It's really good. But there have been some outlandish claims made against TerraCvita, and I hope people have done their own due diligence on things like that and understand that, you know, people do have a track record previously, so we should always ensure that if this move is to be made, it's secure for the community itself, because that's what matters, and we need stability right now over everything, because it's all just getting absolutely out of hand with who's doing what, people doing this. And you know, I only just realized that there was a tweet sent out that this Rebel Station one, and people were like, yes, we're going on vacation now. It's like, what? This is like, I get people need a vacation, but like, man, this was like super important for our community. And it affects the image on the outside, right? Which is very important. If everybody remembers rightly, we used to have a bright red box up the top of here, pretty much saying, avoid this coin, don't buy this coin. And we got rid of that, and that was a team effort, and we can still continue to do that. So a lot of people sit there and they squander about the burning rate and stuff like that. Do you know what's even just as powerful as burning? Locking up coins. It's just as powerful. Okay, it's temporary, yes, but nonetheless it should have, and we have seen good effects from huge amounts of coins being locked up, because in essence, the more coins that are locked up, the lower that circulating supply of coins that are going around, so to speak, which is what everybody wants, and everybody's heads more or less revolve around that theory. So I'll leave it on that note. You know, we all do want to see more burns. I want to see more burns. We're going to be doing our second node burn on the 23rd of this month. Very excited for that. And yeah, just have a really nice day wherever you are. It is Friday, so yeah, just enjoy your day. Have a nice coffee this morning. Chill out. Don't be too stressed, and I will catch you in the next one. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. Trade on facts on it where you can, not on emotion. And yeah, catch you in the next one.